They were told I was too important to attend the early meetings. This was the key figure, Zabi's elder brother, Khalil Ibrahim Mohammed. With him was Mushtaq Hussain. The deal was the same as before. They would run our call centre and give us the data. But this time, the data would be specifically tailored to our business. Financial and personal details of people interested in financial products.
We have to know that you can provide the type of lead that we want.
Yeah, of course, that's my business, I can do that.
So if you can assure me that we can get the banking financial, if you can assure me that they are genuine.
We'd given them details of the data fields, the categories of data we wanted, bank account numbers, credit card numbers.
So you can satisfy these data fields?
Of course.
Huh?
Of course.
The meeting had gone well, but Khalil and his team were still very wary. They wanted proof that we weren't investigating them. We had to hope that my appearance at a meeting as our company's boss would reassure them that we were a genuine outfit. I met them in the lobby, where they greeted me with flowers. Such a gesture made it appear that we'd won their trust, so we headed off to discuss business. We got onto the subject of data, the leads. They told us they could obtain UK banking data from sources in both India and the UK.
We get like leads from Bangalore, from Hyderabad, and from London. How we get, I will give you a small example. The companies like, we have 6 to 8 small friends, you can say, on high streets. These companies, what they do is like phone companies, they're selling phones. So people who come to buy phones, they do credit check. When they do credit check, they have the data. We get data from them and we pay money for it.
People passing their information over for a credit check would not expect their credit card details to be sold on. Next question, what would the data cost?
There are 3 categories in the leads. And the A, they are the first quality leads. And for A, it starts from 25. And it hikes to up to 50 and 55 US dollars.
These were the most expensive we'd been offered.
Why up to 50, 55 dollars?
Yeah, because they are fresh one and they haven't been used.
And they claimed there were only limited places where such data was available.
To get leads from our sources, to get it out, it's very expensive. It's very hard.
Right.
We have some in London too, but they will charge it in pounds and it's not affordable to get it from there.
How good was the data?
We can show you the pattern, how the leads will be.
We got name,
Everything is clear
address,
over there.
location, and we got their sort code, account numbers, credit card number, number of credit cards they have, what are the validities, the homeowner or tenants, and the occupation.
Detailed information, but we'd have to wait for the genuine article. All they'd show us was a dummy set of details.
These leads won't dry up. So your source is going to be capable of keeping my client's operation going.
Yes. We are doing it.
We are into that.
You're already doing it.
We are already doing it. And
I might have convinced Khalil and his team, but gaining the trust of their contacts who held the data was another matter. This time we were asking for details tailored to the selling of financial products. The stakes were higher. We met the gang for one last time to push for a sample of the data that was available. They were very jumpy.
My vendors are thinking that somebody investigation team has come, they're forcing you to get the leads and all. Leads are not being sold out very easily and smoothly outside. It's very hard, hectic to find the lead vendors.
How are we going to be in business then?
See, once the agreement is done, we have 25 lead vendors. We had a talk yesterday night, even Polan and Mushtaq and all. People are not at all listening, Paul. What can we do?
So now we knew the size of the network they were claiming to be in touch with. 25 people selling data on British consumers. But everyone was nervous about investigations and the economic consequences of any bad publicity.
So what the Western country people were thinking, to take back the call centers, take back the jobs. So if they take back the job, there will be no income coming in from the government side. So the government is giving a harsh punishment to us.
We continued negotiating with them over the next couple of days. Finally, they agreed to provide us with some proof of their access to data. They gave us bank details of HSBC and Barclays customers, 7 in total. We sent it to our expert in the UK for review. He was confident that some details were genuine. Our business done, we returned to Delhi. My career as a call centre entrepreneur was over. We came to India to try to find out if our personal financial details were safe here. But after doing business in cities across the country, we're leaving with a briefcase full of credit card numbers, security codes and bank account details. And with a strong impression that trading in such sensitive data is common practice in the call centre industry. Back in the UK, we tracked down someone whose data we had obtained from the gang in Hyderabad. Humayun Jamal, a student living in Glasgow. We asked him to check the data. There were a couple of inaccuracies, but his account details, credit card number and date of birth were all correct.
Obviously, it's quite shocking to have all the information, which is really quite essential for a fraudster or a thief. I mean, you can do anything with this information.
Last year, he gave his data to a mobile phone shop in the UK for a credit check. We'd been told in Hyderabad this was one of their sources of illegal data. He's been plagued by calls ever since.
90% of them are about mobile phone contracts, and the rest of them are for insurance policies or financial things.
Now he understands why so many call centres know so much about him.
They have got my mobile number, they have got my name, they have got my bank sort code and account number. They just call me up and say that if you just say yes to this contract, you don't have to give any other details because we have got all the details. And it is really shocking to me. It is really shocking to me on the phone. And I just can't do anything. I just hang up. That's it. That's all I can do.
We asked NASSCOM, who represent the IT and services industry in India, to comment on our investigation.
NASSCOM and its members are committed to working with the authorities in the UK and India to ensure that those responsible for any criminal breaches are promptly prosecuted. NASSCOM has recently set up a national registry of employees in the IT software and services industry, is promoting the sharing and implementation of best practices in member companies, training enforcement officials and creating awareness in the judiciary in India on cybercrimes. NASSCOM has also worked closely with the government to evolve amendments to our already tight laws so as to ensure the globally best cyber environment in India. Independent authorities have stated that data security is at least as good in India as in other countries, including the UK and the US.
We asked the UK banking representative Apax for a comment. They said,
earlier this year, an independent review of overseas bank call centres undertaken by the Banking Code Standards Board showed selection and training of call centre staff was exemplary, as were arrangements for customer privacy and data security. Every bank has a whole raft of security measures in place to vet staff and protect customers. However, we know there's no room for complacency. There's no such thing as 100% security. And while we work hard to set up systems to be as robust as possible, customers should always check their statements to ensure they've not been the victim of fraud.